versus Porter. It's another high.
I think that's a good fight. I like Crawford. I like Porter. I like both of them guys. I think styles make fights. Porter could go in there and easily give Crawford, problems because of his style. But I just think Crawford is a beast right now, and I see him being victorious. But Shawn Porter, you can't sleep on him.
You talked about how sometimes fighters, they got to bite down. Shawn Porter always does that. Do you think he'll pull off that win? Just your prediction, please, on and how it plays out.
Shawn Porter and Terence Crawford is a great fight, great matchup, and that's a great fight that needed to be made, So I think honestly it's gonna be one to definitely watch. That fight, I gotta say, is 50-50. Shawn Porter has been at 147 for years now. Crawford just moved to 147. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe like a year or two ago?
4 years against Horn. He's been there 4 years now.
He's been in 4 years? Yeah. Damn, where does the time
Since
go?
June of 2017, yeah.
Damn. Against who though?
Jeff Horn.
Okay, so but Shawn Porter is one guy that definitely is gonna show that adversity for him. He's gonna set that tone. Shawn Porter has fought top calibrated fighters and has went the distance. So he's somebody that's definitely gonna put that movement and push Crawford to that extreme. I think that if anything happens, we've seen Porter get hurt, but he's always come back strong. He's always trying to come back and fight. I got that fight, man, 50-50 for sure.
Any memories of working with him when you were a teenager out here in Vegas?
Yeah.
Did you guys spar, right?
Yeah, we sparred. It was great work. He listens to his dad a lot, just like I do. And he was working on things that he needed to work on. He's so much better now than what he was when I sparred him.
As are you.
But that's how he's growing and changing in that way.
What's better? What's better?
Footwork, balance, fundamentals is not as tight anymore. Now he's more loose. Yes.
Is that a competitive fight? Is that Terence's toughest fight?
I wouldn't say it's his toughest fight without seeing them fight each other yet. But Shawn Porter is a fighter whereas he give a lot of people problems. But in my opinion, style make fights, and Terrence's style is just a really bad style for Shawn Porter. Terence is a sharpshooter, like the box. Shawn Porter runs in and jumps in and try to be ugly. I don't think that's a good style for Shawn Porter to try to fight Terence. I mean, he's going to get some punches in, don't get me wrong.
Right.
Shawn Porter is tough and a real good fighter, but I think it's a bad style, and I hope they do fight because Terence need that kind of fight, but can't say that's the toughest fight when he just fought Kell Brooks, somebody that outboxed Shawn Porter as easy as possible. So,
although as we've seen, since 2014, Kell went downhill and Shawn went uphill, but your point is still.
Yeah, he took a lot of punishment with Triple G.
Right.
As far as like taking that big fight, and that kind of messed him up a little bit, but he still looked kind of good in the fight before that. Where I seen him fight before Terence, he was boxing real good. So,
but you don't see that strength in and out, aggressiveness of Shawn, athleticism. It's still just a bad style match.
It's a bad style match. Terence is strong also. He's faster than Shawn. I think he's a better and bigger puncher than Shawn. I just think it's a bad style for Shawn. I don't think. I think a lot of people need to leave Terence alone. Terence is a hell of a fighter.
Leave Terence alone?
Yeah, leave Terence alone.
Because Shawn's the only one who's being super brave.
Yeah,
I want Terence Crawford.
A lot of people don't really.
Right.
You got to respect Shawn Porter for that too. But Terence is a savage, man. That dude is a beast when it comes to boxing.
Shawn Porter the only one barking up that tree, man.
Yeah, I respect that, but.
That says a lot about Terence, right?
Yeah, it do. Shawn know that too, though. Shawn says it himself, well, nobody else says his name, so I'll be the one to say it. So I respect that about Shawn too.
I would love to hear you break down. It's just Crawford and Porter, man. How's it gonna play out?
That's gonna be one of those traditional boxer fighter kind of thing. As you know, Porter's gonna go in there and do his thing. But I think that Crawford, he's gonna do he's good at that. When people come in, he knows how to play the matador, and counterpunch and use his jab and use his reach and play the game. And I think that I would give it a higher probability for Crawford winning this fight.
What's Porter got to do to upset the odds?
He just got to be right there. Play it rough. Push, pull, you name it. Play it rough. Get in his head. That's the only way you can do it. you know, grab his hand, grab here and there, make it rough, you know, put some shoulder in there, put some elbow in there, put some head in there, whatever it is. He's got to play.
Tough to win a boxing match with this guy.
You can't beat him in a boxing match. No. The guy's a tremendous fighter, a very intelligent fighter, very talented fighter. And to box him, it'll be almost impossible to win against him.
On the 20th of November here in Las Vegas. Oh, tell me about that fight. How do you break that one down?
Yeah, again, it's a fantastic fight as well for fans, you know, and for myself as well, you know. Porter is an absolutely torrid night for anybody, you know, with his style. Very crude, he'll hit you anywhere, his relentless pressure, he's come forward, put it on you, sit on your chest and just hit you wherever you are. He'll just fucking hit you wherever you are. So it is a very tough night for anybody, you know. So I believe there's going to be sticky moments in that fight, and Shawn Porter will have a lot of success. But I think in the end, the boxing brains and the boxing IQ will come through in the end, and I think Crawford will probably come out on top at the end of that fight, I would imagine. But you know, it's a massive fight, and so you don't know how it goes. You know, but anything can happen in boxing, so it's a really interesting fight. But if I was a betting man, I'd probably put my money on Crawford to come out with points.
What Bud Crawford gonna do?
Oh, Bud gonna win.
He gonna win?
Yeah, he gonna win.
Bet right now.
Bet he gonna win. You got Porter? No, you don't.
I got Porter in the late rounds.
No, you don't got Porter.
Nah, Bud was talking shit to my bro, so you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about nobody.
But you, all right, but we was talking earlier and you said that you don't bet with emotion, you bet with...
Yeah,
you make the bread. How you make the bread?
I do make the money.
Yeah, how you make the bread,
right? So I made $500,000 this year off of y'all stupid ass fighters. They already know I'm rich, but it don't matter. Regis.
What's up?
Who you got?
On who? What?
Who you got, bro? This nigga acting like, bro. Come on, bro. Nigga don't want to mention nobody's name because he's scared of Porter. He got Bud because he's scared of Porter.
I ain't scared of nobody.
Yeah, he better not come up. He better not come up to 54.
The Terence Crawford and Shawn Porter fight.
Yeah, no, that's thanks for asking about that one because Shawn Porter, a really good friend of mine. Obviously, we worked together for many years, a year and some change doing the Fox PBC Inside PBC show on Fox, and great human being, great fighter. And let me tell you that he is going to give Crawford a run for his money. I think that Shawn Porter has one of those styles that can give anyone problems because he's awkward, you know. He throws punches from different angles. He can adjust to styles, so he's got one of those styles that it's not easy to break down. So I think Crawford might have problems with him. Sorry to say this, but I'm a big Crawford fan. Not picking a winner or loser, but I think that Shawn will give him a good run for his money, and Crawford, well, I think he's gonna do a good fight, like he always does. Let the best man win.
Now, a lot of people are saying that this could be a candidate for maybe fight of the year.
It can be,
potentially.
yeah.
And would you agree that?
It can be because again, Shawn Porter always brings, a fight. He's always in a good fight. He plays to give you exciting matchups, so I think it can play out to be one of those fights for sure.
Do you think a knockout's possible in this fight? I mean, I know that's cliche, like every fight,
no,
but
obviously anything can happen inside the ring, and especially against two respectable punchers. So yes, you could definitely expect a knockout in this fight.
What are your thoughts on Porter versus Crawford?
It's a good fight. I think Crawford wins, but Porter's style is going to give him a lot of problems. Porter's aggression, the aggressive style, fighting on the inside, short guy like that, is going to give Crawford trouble. You remember Porter and Spence? Porter's style is very, very difficult to handle. The pressure, the constant aggression and volume of punches that he brings will give Terence a good fight. It'll give him some problems. I still feel that Crawford wins, but I don't think it's gonna be an easy night. It's a bit tough fight.
Do you think it's going to go the distance?
Yeah, I think so. think I'll go the distance. It'll be a good fight.
Yeah, I know he does. You know, Porter is a fighter. He comes to fight all the time. He comes
Oh, he does,
the
eh?
pressure. He's on top of you, breaking you down. And I don't know if Crawford has played a fighter like that, that's on top of you, you know, pushing you. So it's gonna be a great fight for Porter and Crawford. They're both great fighters. They're both one of the best. So I think that's another really, really close fight, and whoever pushes it the most is gonna take it.
Crawford, Porter, those are my boys. Those are my boys, man. Those are my boys. Shout out to Kenny Porter. That's my guy too. Kenny Porter.
Did he ever work with you in the amateur?
Oh yeah. Man, we worked with the they helped me out back in 2011 when I had won the Olympic trials, and they came to Team USA as the you know, Shawn was there as well as one of the you know, like sparring partner. Yeah, he's like the sparring partner with it. Like it was crazy because back then, I'll tell you, my three sparring partners were Adrian Broner before he won the title at 130, Lamont Peterson before he fought Amir Khan, and Jorge Linares. So I had the most exactly for me, and I'm just an amateur. And these are like seasoned guys, either fighting for their first world titles or been world champions. But Shawn Porter was there as well, with Kenny Porter in the game. So you know, I've known them guys for years, and of course I'm stable mixed with Bud, and Bud is, you know, that's my brother, that's my bro. But it's definitely gonna be a hell of a fight. I'll tell you that much. It's gonna be a good fight because I always say Shawn Porter's never in a boring fight.
Give him just a little advice, man.
He's
'Cause
never
you got to spar Terence. I know you ain't gonna go against him, but give your other boy just a little help.
Nah, I mean, there's no advice I can give to Shawn because Shawn has been there with everybody. I mean, he's been there with my dog Arrow. He's been there with, you know, Ugas. He's been there with everybody.
Have to be more like he was with Ugas than how he normally. Like in that fight, he kind of was boxer puncherish, or you know, he's best off being that put.
I think Shawn Porter's best asset is being the dog, to come and get it. To come and get you. I mean, people argue with the Ugas fight. People feel like, you know, Ugas, you know, might have won that fight because I felt like Shawn was doing too much boxing and, you know what I mean, stuff instead of going to get him. You know what I mean? Like, I respect it though. Like Shawn, like I like with Shawn when he mixes it up evenly though. You know what I mean? Like you know, like say like for the Danny Garcia fight. You know, he showed a little aggression. He boxed a bit at times. You know, stuff like that. Right. But when he's playing a little too safe, and it reminds you that during that Ugas fight, he had issues to weight, so he probably didn't have the legs to really keep pushing. So but when he has that like that dog in him, you know, he makes it. He can make it very uncomfortable for anyone in there. You know what I mean? And that's what I like about Shawn. But you know, Bud, he's basically preparing for everything. You know what I mean? Like Bud's preparing for the boxer. He's preparing for the brawler, you know what I mean? He's motivated, he's hungry because he knows this is finally that big welterweight fight that everyone's been, you know, criticizing him for not having. So I'm definitely
Is he the best counterpuncher you ever worked with?
Who, Shawn?
Terrence.
I'm the best counterpuncher now.
Other than yourself. Yes.
Man, that's a good counterpuncher. Yeah, I mean, truth be told, also AB is a good counterpuncher too. When AB is focused, AB is one hell of a counterpuncher himself. But yeah, as a recent memory, Bud is definitely one of the most elusive and dangerous, you know, counterpunchers because he got power on both hands. So people, it's not just a thing where he just turns conventional southpaw. Like no, he really has power on both hands to the point I asked him like, bro, are you left-handed or right-handed? Because you know what I'm saying, you show scary power in each hand. So yeah, but he's very elusive when he wants to be, or he can be aggressive as well.
Final prediction on it.
Final prediction. I gotta go with my man. Gotta go with you know, my man Terence Crawford, of course. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that it's gonna be a walk in the park because, like I said again, Shawn Porter never brings a dull fight ever. But you know,
but is it
just tools. If I'm saying with tools, when tools in the bag, I say Terence, you know, has a lot of tools.
More clean cut than Spence was able to do it in Thurman.
You know what? The Spence fight is one of them. Shout out to my man EJ, man. I hope you felt, like I said, hope you healing up well, Errol. You know, I love you, bro. I'm hit you up. You know I'm hit you up anyway. Me and Errol, we speak all the time. But the Errol Spence fight, that was an entertaining ass fight. That was an entertaining fight. I know my boy EJ was talking about knocking up, but I was like, I know Shawn, like this dude, he's hard to put down, man. He's hard to, and you know what? He always gets caught when he gets too aggressive. 11 round wet with an arrow, he got too aggressive, got caught. You know what I mean? And that's when the counter punching may get the best of him, even with the Bud fight coming up. You know, when he gets too excited and too aggressive, he opens himself up. But I don't know. I can't sit there and say if it's going to be more clean cut or not. You know what I mean? I just feel like again that Bud just has just more tools that, you know, in the arsenal and less wear on his body as well.